Okay, back. It's been a couple days. It took, in the dehydrator, it took probably 8 hours to fully dehydrate those scapes. And they're all little hard little rocks. Now, they are not going to crumble as easily as some herbs and things that you dehydrate. These I'm going to have to put in my food processor or my blender. So let's get going and do that, and I'll show you what turns out. I tried my food processor, but it was too big. And my little mini processor, I don't think had the power enough to pulverize these scapes. So I ended up using my blender. And it probably took about 20 seconds at a time with pulsing and then letting it go continually. And then another 20-second blast, and even a third 20-second blast. These were pretty hard as they had dehydrated. So, but it did a nice job, and it'll serve me well. So, it's a semi-powdery mix. I think I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer. There's still some large chunks in there, and I want this ground as fine as I can. I don't expect to get a total powder out of this, just because of the nature of the scape. It's a very fibrous plant, part of the garlic plant. So back in the blender for another 20 seconds. Oof. A lot of powder. Ooh. Okay, let's see, this looks better. Yes, liking the look of this. Okay, let me get a jar. I'm gonna dump this into a jar. See that a little better. Now I did another batch. That was like my second batch. So add these both together. And that was 5 trays in my dehydrator's worth of scapes. So that is luscious. One thing I like to do is make scape butter. This is great as a topping on your bread, just kind of like you know, an Italian bread, and garlic, you know, garlic bread. So probably in about a couple tablespoons of butter, put in about half a teaspoon of the scape powder, mix it together. Now I like to let this set for a couple hours so the flavors, the scapes will kind of rehydrate a little bit with the oils in the butter, and they blend all together, and then just slather this on your Italian bread. Give it a toast in the oven under your broiler. It's delicious. And that way, traditionally you make the garlic bread, and you mince up your garlic, or you shred your garlic up, and such a mess. But now you have it in a powder form, and it's not quite as strong as a regular, you know, as strong as a regular bulb of garlic. As a matter of fact, this is the garlic from last year. It has still held up very well. I'll post a video up here in the corner of my my garlic that went through the season, and then what I did with it. And you know, that might help you in your preserving of your garlic. So, all right, so that is just another way of using garlic scapes. So I have one more harvest of scapes out in my garden, about, probably at least 50 more, and I'll be making up that into the garlic pesto, which was the last video that I put up. I'll put another link to that or put it down in the description, and you can click on that if you haven't seen that. So thank you for following along, just a short little video on what I do with my scapes. They're very hard to find in the market. They're kind of a gourmet item, so try growing your own. Now, of course, you're gonna have to wait a year before you get them, but keep me in mind. Come back and revisit this video, and I'll give you tons of information on how to do it, when to do it, and what to do with it. So until the next time that we can go digging in the dirt, happy gardening. Bye.